Welcome to REMelations. We're your hosts.
I'm Mindy.
And I'm Brooke. REMelations is a dream interpretation podcast where we read listeners' dreams, from nightmares to the just plain bizarre. Join us as we give you our comedic interpretation of your fucked up REM cycle. This week we have a dream from Kevin about shady government control and hiding from soldiers, and of course, almonds.
And let's not forget about catnaps. Today we're reading dreams about bad psychic readings, magic socks, bank robberies with really bad puns, and fires in hospitals.
No.
Didn't like that one. And stick around because I'm also talking about a booming new trend in travel called sleep tourism.
Yes, please.
All right, bestie. Cuddle up and find your perfect pillow match off the pillow menu. And let's get started.
Woo!
I gotta figure out my pillow situation. Hold on. So,
Did you give yourself a buzzer? You went.
I had to change our setup tonight. If you notice, I don't have my normal tapestry. I got all set up, and because the temperature is raised so much, everything's melting, and so I'm sitting right by our sump pump, and I could just hear water like just going into it, like it's like a waterfall. And so
I can't
now
hear
I had to
it,
go.
but I know you could hear it.
When I edit, I will. Yeah,
I knew you would hear it. Yes.
So I had to find a new setup here today, and I'm all combobulated.
That's all right. You mean discombobulated?
Oh, no, I'm combobulated. I am spot on, ready to go. Because is that the opposite?
I don't know. I've never heard of the word combobulated.
Well,
I mean, you would think that would be
uncombobulated.
You would think that would be the opposite of discombobulated, but the English language is not always.
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes sense.
Discombobulated. I'm all out of sorts because I had to move my little pod setup today.
She's not handling it well.
I'm like
Virgos don't.
But
like
I do have
change.
a nice, comfy chair.
Yeah,
I don't
you
like
do.
change, but I have a nice chair, and I'm just all out of sorts.
And I'm not like today for some reason. I'm like in this like energetic, happy-go-lucky mood. So Mindy's probably like,
good.
Ugh, that girl.
That's why we balance each other out so well. No, we're good. All good. Good vibes only, Brooke.
Yay! Brooke.
Baruch, would you like to get
That's
started?
how you technically pronounce it, Baruch.
Baruch. It's two syllables.
I would like to get started. Thank you. This guy, Kevin, man, he's from Sonoma. That sounds lovely. We need to do a show from Sonoma, Mindy. Wine.
Absolutely.
Lots of
I'm
wine.
there.
All right, Kevin's from Sonoma. There was this TV show run by the government where they would put people in some bizarre house or / hardware store hybrid. And interesting, right?
Well, that's handy if you have to do any house repairs. It's all right there. You need a new faucet? It's right down aisle 3C. You need a new light bulb? It's just down EF.
Well,
4.
Mindy, do you know the whole store by now? You should be the manager.
I've been to Home... Yeah, I bet I should be. I've been to Home Depot a few times in my day.
But they lock them in there until there's only one person left. I think they did it to quarantine people infected with some disease, but I could be misremembering. So
Kind of like a Squidward games. A Squid Games.
Right?
Squidward games.
Squidward.
I used to watch a lot of SpongeBob with the kids when they were little, but you know when you play Squidward games and there's only one survivor? Yeah.
Well, and also I was thinking there was this episode of New Girl where, I know this is kind of off topic, but they were talking about the Batmobile, and Jess just kept saying the Batman-mobile, and her friend's like, Batmobile. And she's like, yeah, Batman-mobile. And she's like, no, Batmobile. Yeah, Batman-mobile.
It's the Squidward games.
Squidward games. Anyways, and that's where it starts. That's how he goes on anyway. Anyways, I was part of the people locked up, along with like 20 people I don't know. The ones I remember the most were some young woman, maybe late 20s, with long black hair and tattoos. An old woman, looked maybe 60-ish. Holy shit, that's so old. Was going gray. Aren't we all?
Okay.
And a big burly guy. He had a full beard, tattoos, looked maybe late 20s too.
Okay.
The building itself was really weird. On the surface level, it was a pretty standard house with a living room, kitchen, backyard. We couldn't go there though. And an upstairs.
Off limits.
No yard. No yard access. All the external doors and windows were sealed shut, and most of the light was artificial. There was also a staircase that led to the underground hardware store.
Yes.
Which was weird because there were no tools or anything. Just weird packs of wood chips and almonds.
Oh, they go so well together. When you're mulching, you can just
have some almonds, pick up your energy a little bit, get some
you need
a little
to.
boost of protein.
Get some nuts in you.
Who doesn't want some nuts? Nuts in ya? Okay. These nuts. Anyway. At first, everyone was mildly annoyed that we had to be trapped there, but we tried to make the best of it. Pretty soon, though, people started freaking out because they couldn't handle being stuck there. I guess the government started getting sick of us because they began making challenges to eliminate people to make the show go by quicker. So maybe this is Squidward games.
Okay. Yeah, could be. Squidward games.
There was this one challenge in the hardware store where they turned off the lights and told us to hide or else we'd die. Yeah, I'd hide.
Goodbye. Are you a very good hide and seeker?
Maybe.
Are you a better hider or a better seeker?
Oh, I'm a good hider. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes, I have like this whole, if it's nighttime, I have this whole black outfit I used to wear with a hood. And one time I just laid under a picnic table and no one found me.
Ooh.
Like it was like hiding in the open. I was so proud.
Sure. Nice.
How about you? Hider or seeker?
I'd rather be the seeker because I'm just too bored hiding. Like, it's just to wait.
Well, yeah, but I would get a kick out of like hearing
taking so
people like
long.
walking around. Where the hell is she? Like,
How do you not, knowing you, how are you not like giggling the whole time and giving yourself away?
that happens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But
Can imagine.
sometimes I'm really good. Okay, so they gave us 10 seconds to run. At the end of
It's
which,
not a lot of time to hide.
no, especially in an
No,
like
10
empty
seconds?
hardware store.
I'm hiding behind the wood chips. I don't know about you.
Well, at the end of which they shut off the lights until it was almost pitch black. The only light was of the soldiers' flashlights as they trudged around looking for us. I was hiding behind the packs of wood chips.
Yes.
Good job,
I got it,
Mindy.
Kevin. I'm with you.
On a shelf.
I'm munching on some almonds. Just quietly
Mindy,
chewing my almonds. But I'm hungry, Kevin.
And they were on a shelf, and I stayed quiet. So I lived.
Nice.
Unfortunately,
Good.
a lot of the other people were found and promptly shot. The lights came back on after a while, and they let us go. The old lady was crying over somebody's body and was apologizing apologizing profusely. So
Contestant 947. It's okay.
It's okay,
How close could
947.
you have gotten to contestant 742? Couldn't have gotten that close.
The burly guy and the young women I mentioned earlier came to get her, and we all walked upstairs. Of like the 15 of us that went down there, only 9 came back. That's a massacre.
Yeah. These Squidward games are very tough.
Life and death.
Really.
Fast forward a little bit, and everyone's very sickly, either from the illness or from lack of exposure to the sun. Some people just,
I feel like that right now.
I feel like that every day of my life because I don't go
January.
in the sun. But it's still nice when it's sunny outside and you can look out from the AC. Some people died, including the old lady. That made me sad. So it was just 5 of us. In the middle of the night, we heard screaming and gunshots outside. And it turned out that someone escaped through the yard and ran into the forest. There's always a forest. Isn't there always a forest?
There's always a forest.
always
Some
a
woods, forests.
The following morning, we saw whoever escaped being interviewed on the news. So they made it.
Oh,
they made it.
yeah.
Which apparently
They're really good at hide and seek.
They were actually the winners of hide and seek. So on the news, but then apparently this interview opened the public's eyes to how awful it was for the people in this house/hardware store, even though it's a TV show and was televised the whole time. The rest of us knew we couldn't stay there because they were going to kill us, so we couldn't get out and talk about it. So we tried to escape the same way, but one of us got shot and died. So we retreated. Yeah, I maybe would go back for a second.
Yeah, I'm going to send a couple people in front of me, see how it goes.
Maybe rethink things, plan a little bit. At this point, it was just me, the burly guy, and the young woman. Some time passes, but nothing happened. Then, one day, as I was browsing the TV, I guess they got to watch TV.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, what else are you going to do to pass the time besides?
I don't know, die.
Spread mulch.
Die or go behind, eat some almonds and some wood chips. Mulch the inside, not the backyard because you're not allowed out there.
No, you can't go back there.
I got the idea to escape through the window. I don't know why this was a new idea.
No.
The burly guy broke the back window on the second story, and we all fled through the woods.
Okay,
After
that seems a lot more like what they do the first time. Walk out the door, and they're like, you know what's better? Let's escape through a broken window on the second floor. Yeah, maybe it'll go better this time.
Yeah, I mean, you still got to make the run for it, right?
I don't know how it's any better.
Safer. But he says, after that, things get fuzzy. But I remember that after everything was over, we were all fishing at some bay, and then I woke up.
Well, that's nice.
It ends nicely.
Is that your reward?
The whole dream is horrible, and then it ends just like on this very nice little detail,
easy.
Fishing on a pier,
through whatever
on
we
the
need
dock
to.
of the bay,
Nice.
watching the tides roll away.
Just wasting time.
That's why I love you. Okay, so it starts off first with this government-controlled television show / challenge, like winner take all, or just lives kind of.
Winner survives.
Yeah, winner
lives,
survives, but clearly Kevin is feeling oppressed by something. I mean, something as big as a government that is he's feeling the oppression. I feel like it's not just the quarantine. I mean, yes, there is the quarantine. It might be like a COVID or post-COVID dream. Mm-hmm. But people, even in the dream, just like it happened in real life, really start getting irritated, after being kind of not necessarily locked up so long, but all that frustration, everyone felt it, just leads to depression and agitation. And with those sealed windows and doors, there's literally like no escape. And that to me is like hopelessness. Again, this always puts someone in a bad emotional state. So,
and then why the government? It's such a big entity to be like the government, like the government mandated that we must play this game. So, what authoritative figure or
it's
what authoritative thing is oppressing him? Something bigger than him for sure.
And now for the people in the dream, like the young woman, the old woman.
Yeah, very specific.
That's what I said. Very specific in terms of age, how they looked. I feel, I mean, of course, we can always be wrong, but I feel like these are representative of maybe friends or colleagues in his real life. Like I feel like he does have a circle of trust, and that he's not fighting this alone, obviously from the dream itself. But I'm not exactly sure who these 3 other people represent, if they're family members, friends, whatever. But I do feel like he does have support in his waking life.
And the fact that they're all together, right?
And
they're all going through the same thing at the same time.
They're helping each other, supporting each other. Yeah, exactly.
Now, that 6-year-old woman, she didn't make it out so well.
She didn't make it out, and I'm sad. But everyone else did. Well, not everyone else. The 3 of them made it out. But
yeah, right. So that's interesting that she was the only one out of the friend group.
Right? And she didn't die from like the challenges. She died from the illness. Mm-hmm. So it's like a whole different concept of like being shot by a soldier or dying from being sick. So I don't know. It's interesting concept that Kevin has going on in his little head.
Yes.
Now, Mindy's favorite part, let's talk about the almonds and wood chips. Because
I like almonds.
I didn't think, I mean, I thought it was funny when I read it, but when I started to kind of dig into like, what are some meanings of almonds and wood chips?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It goes along with his dream, like, to a T. So, like, wood chips is a warning alert for feelings of being out of control. Hello, government is controlling you.
Okay, yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're trying to cover up some mistake or some lie. So maybe that's the challenge she's dealing with.
Oh, and playing hide and seek in general. Isn't that just kind of hiding?
There you go. You're hiding
covering
from
up
something.
where you are. Yeah.
And it could indicate a situation in which you felt unable to do anything. Ding, ding, ding. Mm-hmm. You may be literally getting carried away by your emotions. And I kind of touched on that briefly. I just thought, you know, the whole lack of control and the quarantine thing, it does play heavily on your emotions. It really does.
It's like they have some ability to do things like watch TV.
Right.
But they don't have full...
They can't go to the backyard, Mindy.
They can't go... Like, they still have rules. They still have, like, rules they have to follow. They have some leeway, but not a lot.
No. And, I mean, 20 people in a house, I don't know how big this was, but there's the hardware store. Everyone can spread out. So I don't think it's, like, space.
Like, what section of the hardware store are you hanging out in?
Ooh, probably, there's got to be a pet section, right? That's got to have pet beds.
Well, if you're Menards, they definitely
got to have
that.
pet beds.
Yeah,
that's my real concern is comfort. So.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, Menards has furniture too.
Well,
so,
if we're going to Menards, I was thinking of maybe like a little Ace Hardware type store.
Okay.
Which might not.
Garden center. Like, even though you can't go outside, maybe you could just go to the garden center.
Or go to the garden center, test out those lawn chairs.
There you go. Enjoy the nice flowers, perhaps.
Exactly. Wood chips can also denote you need to belong and you need to feel protected. And if there's anything he's not in this dream is protected. I mean, he does have this group of people, but he's always, you know, dealing with something, just being trapped, the quarantine, the games, the challenges, everything is just another thing for him to deal with.
That's interesting. I would take wood chips as being like again, it kind of plays into it, but a smaller piece of a bigger thing.
Right.
And that does play into the dream as well. Like, he's just a small pawn in this game, just like a wood chip's a small part of a tree.
Tiny.
You're just like a little speck as far as the grandiose of the whole.
And is he feeling that? And is that kind of like depressing to him? It could be. I mean, that's a big thing to kind of come to terms with when you realize, hey, we're just a small little thing in this cog, you know, or what our little cog in this, what is it? Just a little piece in this cog. I don't know what you know what it is.
A small player in the Squidward games.
Yeah, the Squidward games. Wood chips also, unfortunately, mean it could be a warning signal for your narrow vision and your seemingly lack of options. Okay, again, ding, ding, ding. Someone is helping and guiding you toward making better judgments. I think those are his team, his homies, the old lady, the young woman, and the young man.
The burly guy.
The burly guy, yes.
Burly Craig, we'll call him.
Burly Craig. I love that guy.
Yeah.
Now, Mindy, almonds have very different meanings in Eastern thought and Western thought.
Oh, interesting.
Which I thought is very interesting.
And Brooke's thought.
So I took more of a Western approach just because Kevin is from Sonoma, so he's in the Western world. And the symbolism, again, with the almonds, just like the wood chips, just seems to really fit this particular dream. So I just wanted to clarify that there are mixed images with almonds, but basically it's saying that you were having some difficult times. I would agree. He's having some difficult times. And eating almonds, he doesn't eat them, I don't think, but
I did.
You did. Mindy ate the almonds.
I did in my
like
dream.
Quietly, hiding behind
really
the wood
quietly
chips.
as I was hiding. Yeah.
That suggests turmoil generated by an obligation that could literally like change your life. Almonds can refer to sadness and that you may encounter some troubles. I think both of those are true.
Yeah.
There's also some anger will overwhelm your soul. Dreams displaying nuts represent spiritual restlessness. Why?
Okay.
I don't know, but that's just the way it goes. And if you dream of almonds, though, and let's remember back to the end of the dream, ending up at the bay. If you dream of almonds, it means that you will enjoy pleasant moments after overcoming some difficulties.
It does seem to line up well.
So I was like, let's go with the Western thought on this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Out of curiosity, do you know what was the Eastern?
Very positive. It's like completely opposite, like wealth and good fortune and positivity.
It's interesting because certain cultures and parts of the world value nuts more than others. It seems such a weird, like a weird thing to say, but
no, but you're absolutely
it would seem like more of a delicacy, perhaps, or something that's really standard on tables, or
I agree with
especially
you.
in some cooking, nuts are always present. Stop it.
We're like 12-year-olds. We can't stop laughing at nuts. So these challenges, though, like these Squidward games, these challenges to kill off the people, it's like, first of all, one, wouldn't you want the TV show to go on? Because obviously people are watching it, but he's like,
is the government making money off off the advertising?
Making
like
money off this. But like they decide they're just going to kill everyone off as quickly as possible to get the show over. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't...
Squidward games brought to you by Diamonds Nuts. Like,
brought to you by Tampax Sport.
Are you stuck in a house? Nowhere to go?
We know how you feel.
Don't mess with that heavy flow.
Plug up your gunshot wounds with a regular or super.
You know that person that's running out of the house? They're grabbing a handful of Tampax and a handful of nuts.
You gotta have your protein and you gotta take care of that feminine hygiene, man.
Wounds. Yeah.
Hopefully it was a girl that escaped. I don't know why the dude would be running with all those tampons.
Like you said, maybe
plug up some
plug
wounds.
Wounds.
Yep.
Yeah.
I get it.
Either way, good.
But they literally have to hide. They're being hunted by soldiers. So again, it's like, literally, what are you hiding from?
Under scrutiny.
Yeah. And who is he running from? Who is this big oppressive force? Everyone then gets legitimately sick from this disease. So not only are they trapped physically, but now also health-wise, they're kind of trapped too. Like, and emotionally, if we're really like looking at the situation, trapped in almost every single kind of way. They're sick,
right?
They're emotionally damaged or traumatized, and they're trapped. And it goes from 20 to 15 to 9 to 5 to 3. Like, it just keeps going down.
Yeah, it's getting more and more dire.
Losing people and seeing the numbers go down. Yeah.
Right. Your chances of survival are that much less.
But then the old lady dies, and that made me really sad. I mean, I felt connected to this, like, group. Like,
right?
You
She's
know?
kind of gray hair, a little older.
60-ish.
She still got some spunk. That's not that old.
She was still working. You know, she was still trying and fighting. And when you dream about death, like, with a close one, let's say, like, it's usually means, like, it's a time of transition in your life. Whether it's a job, a relationship, or even an attachment to an old way of behaving. And that caught my attention because that's the same thing that they said about, was it the wood chips or the almonds? But that he had to change the way he looked at things. That maybe he needed to grow or something like that. So
I think it's interesting because that's kind of what, that was the catalyst that kind of kicked him into like, okay, now we got to escape. Or now.
Yeah,
like,
the lady.
It's almost like she didn't die in vain in the stream. Like that gave them the motivation, the other three to get out of Dodge.
Keep going,
Yeah.
It's sad, but, you know, everyone serves a purpose. Everyone enters your life at a certain time for a certain reason. This death could also represent Kevin letting go of something. Now, the one person escapes and does this interview where lets the world know the truth. And, you know, Kevin mentions this, and this is my first thought, too, is that why does it take this escapee for the public to understand the severity if it's all been on TV.
Right.
If everyone is like watching this show.
But you know how reality shows are, though. They're
do.
edited to be certain things.
That's
you know, they're
true.
not that reality. They're not that real. They are edited to make it. I mean, this podcast, we sound so intelligent, but if you look at the raw files, we're not that intelligent.
We have to
We're
go
a
in
hot
and
shit
put
show
the
of
smart
mess.
stuff in.
We do. We cut it down so we don't sound like bumbling fools. So you're gonna get the public's gonna get that great overall view. Maybe they don't see all the death. They don't see all the behind the scenes.
I'm sure it's
And this is,
edited
like,
AF.
exposing. Yeah.
It does also kind of feel symbolic of our world today. So for lack of a better word, woke, right? Which is been around for the last few years. So maybe this is Kevin trying to show or convince or inform people of something big, a change needed. And that could be what he's facing himself, with maybe an outdated point of view or something. Maybe he's finally come to light on certain issues. Now he and the remaining people don't escape. They have to retreat. But in this dream, he never stops fighting, from being locked up to the illness and these challenges. Even when they retreat, he's not giving up. He's still thinking, what's the next step? How can we still get out? And
We're making progress. Let's make progress.
Baby steps. Eating almonds and hiding behind wood chips to breaking out of a window. There's
Nice,
progress.
Right.
And they finally do escape. The three main characters, except for the old lady, R.I.P.
Right. I'm so upset.
But kind of like we said right at the beginning, this whole dream is a mess. It's just chaos the whole time. It's damaging the whole time. It's problematic the whole time. And then just snap of a finger, we're just fishing.
We're just
fishing
hanging
at
out up here.
dock of the bay. Just this crazy emotional dream. And so it's has he conquered whatever this oppressive force is in real life? I do hope that he truly has found peace with whatever the situation he's been dealing with. But it was so sudden. It was such bad things. And then they escaped. And then it ended happily, which I'm glad.
Yeah,
but
which a lot of times it doesn't do.
Because a lot of times, you're right, it does not end that happily. But
most people don't have that conclusion of a dream where it's you had a challenge or you're not getting out of somewhere and you do, and then you're
did it.
all's good. Most brains don't work like that. At least my brain usually doesn't.
Yeah, no. And so I applaud Kevin, because I think he must have that tenacity in real life, obviously, to keep going and keep fighting, and to be aware enough that, maybe he does need to make some changes in his life.
Yeah.
But have fun fishing,
Wonderful,
Kev.
wonderful job. I hope you caught some almonds.
I hope you caught some wood chips.
Thanks, Kevin. Great
Yes.
dream.
Thank you, Kevin.
Brooke, I know you know. I know you know. But we have something very exciting coming up
I do
this month.
I do know.
We are honored to be invited back to the Dark Matters Podcast Festival. That takes place in Elgin, Illinois on February 24th. And we just got our time slot, 7 p.m. I think we got
Holla!
a
Prime time.
time. Yes,
time.
welcome to the prime time. So if you want to see a live recording of our show, head on over to REMelations.com/live. We'll have all the details. It's just $10 to get in the door, and there's two other amazing podcasts that will be doing live shows that day as well. We'd love to see some of your faces. So if you're in the Chicagoland area or anywhere in the Midwest, or hell, if you want to fly in from the UK,
Do it.
We'll totally hang out with you afterwards.
You can sleep
We'll
on
go get a
Mindy's
drink or something.
futon in her basement.
I don't know that, Brooke.
Well, that's where I'll be sleeping, and I'll
Okay,
invite
so if someone
somebody.
gets murdered by a crazed fan, it's going to be you first.
Yeah, I'll go first,
Fine.
and I'll scream
Okay, fine.
really loud to let you know.
Thanks. I'll run out. I'll break out the window, grab some almonds, and I'm gone.
You're good. You're good for days, as long as you get your almonds.
And the tampons. So, bestie, if you want to see a live show of REMelations, go ahead and check that out. Again, it's REMelations.com/live to see our live show coming up February 24th.
Very
I'm
excited.
so excited.
Hey, everybody, guess what? It's time for catnaps. Yay!
You're always so excited when it comes to this part of the show.
I don't know why. It makes me want to shimmy a little bit. Now, bestie, we know you've been listening for a while, but all you new besties out there, catnaps, time of the show where we read a bunch of short dreams or dream stories. Maybe it's one sentence. Maybe it's not even a dream. It might be a question. It just might be, like I said, a story. And we kind of whip through them really quick because we want to get as much of you on our show as possible. Do you have a catnap you'd like to share with us, Mindy?
Yes, I'm starting with Rosa from Athens, Ohio.
Ooh, Rosa.
Yesterday night, I had a dream where I was wandering around a city, and I saw one of those seedy advertisements for psychic readings.
Ooh.
You know we're in. We are right there. We are in.
What is the address? We'll be there.
I wandered down some steps into the psychic's room. It was an older woman with dark hair, and she sat across from me. There were some brief interruptions from her children at first, but I was very intrigued.
Keep your kids in check, lady. If you're going to work from home, make sure they know the boundaries.
Get a babysitter. when mom is giving psychic readings, darlings, you have to stay
in your room. Stay in the
hardware
backyard.
Store. I was very intrigued. But then once we began the reading, I grew increasingly disappointed.
Uh-oh.
She missed the mark on every basic fact about me. I didn't trust her predictions.
That has to be the worst experience. You know, you're going in there and you're like, no.
So you're married?
No. You got kids?
You have kids?
No.
No. But you have a great job?
No. Mindy,
your
why
mom's
are you
name is Charlotte.
My life?
No.
Please, you're making me sad.
For example, she would say things like, your partner is blank, or you work in blank industry, which none were true. And then I woke up.
Oh, dear.
She does add, my instinct is to interpret this as a message that some core beliefs I hold about myself and my future may be incorrect. But I'm just curious to see what other people have to say.
Oh, boy.
I think having your own interpretation, anything you can do on your own is always the best interpretation.
Yeah,
I think that's a great interpretation. That's a great start, Rosa.
Good job, Rosa. She's in too.
And I hope you got your money back.
I do too. Like, would you ask for your
kids
money
interrupting?
back?
Oh, you know me, no.
I know. You'd just be like, thank you very much. Everything was accurate. I will see you next time when I book my appointment in 2 weeks.
I got like the worst Chinese food on Christmas. Do you think I asked for my money back? No, I didn't.
No.
Now, have you ever had a psychic reading? I think we may have talked about this before.
Yeah, I mean, actually, if we're going to mention Dark Matters Podcast Festival, last year I had a psychic reading from someone we met, Jacob Mayfield, who's amazing. Look him up. He's great.
Yes, awesome.
But I've also had 2 terrible readings.
Oh, was it as bad as Rosa's?
Yes, because...
Kids involved?
Not kids involved,
running
but
around.
like... It's kind of sad, but like I went to a psychic one night. They were just there at the back of a bar one night, you know, like set up table. And I went there and like she's giving me all this stuff and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just keep it short because it's unfortunate. But someone close to me killed themselves that day.
Oh.
And she didn't mention it. And I didn't know yet. I didn't find out till the next day. So it's like... It was very upsetting.
I think I think there's a spectrum, just like in any occupation, in any walk of life, there's a spectrum of people who are just doing it for the money. And there's people who I think are really sensitive and can easily have that talent and that insight into the other world. But it's just it's a crapshoot sometimes who you get.
And I did have another psychic reading that was very powerful. And at one point, I just burst into tears, and I didn't even know why. And she was like, someone named Penny just entered the room, and that's my grandma.
And I know that's your grandma.
It. I just lost it because, how do you,
That's not a common name.
No, and at the exact moment that I, burst into tears.
Wow.
And what I liked about this woman, she took notes the whole time. And then she let you take them home. So you could see that
that's really cool.
before she said something, she would write it down. So it's
Wow.
almost like showing like
So it's
proof. Like
it's almost like if later something came to fruition that she had said, you
Yes.
still have that like memory, or you have that written documentation that maybe
Exactly.
hadn't happened yet. Ooh,
I had
where
chills.
was this?
I had chills for days. Unfortunately, it's not open anymore. It was kind of a holistic healing place in town, and you could do Reiki sessions, you could do sound baths, you could do psychic readings.
Wow.
There was crystals there, like everything. And I did a couple different things there, and I loved it. But unfortunately, it's no longer open. But she, I believe, is available online. I'll look into that. But because I've always wanted to kind of contact her again and do it, because it was like I had chills. I was literally like shaking afterwards. Like I've never had an experience like that.
Wow. Bestie, let us know if you've ever had a psychic reading and what you thought of it, or if it was accurate, if you had a bad experience. We'd love to hear it. I've never had a psychic reading. I don't.
That's what I thought.
Know why.
I thought
I'm not open to it. I don't know.
I know.
never
It
have.
seems like something you would have tried. We'll have to do it together.
Let's do that.
Let's do it together. Okay.
All right, Brookie, do you have one for us?
I do. And this is Sonia, and she's from Arlington. A recurring dream I've had since I was 3. Yikes.
That's young.
3. That's pretty young. I can fly by using magic socks. That the
yay.
Easter
I love
Bunny
socks.
gave me.
You know me. I love my
I
crazy
know
socks.
you love your socks. Did the Easter Bunny give you any? These are Easter Bunny
No.
socks.
I don't think so. But
Well, maybe
if anyone
this
wants
year-
to send me socks, please send me crazy socks. I will wear them
Mindy.
every day of my life.
This year, maybe the Easter Bunny will bring you some socks.
I really hope so. You know what? I was at the store the other day and I saw Valentine's socks and I almost bought them, but I might
Why
have to go
didn't
back. And get them,
you?
'cause I don't. Because I was in a hurry and I was like, I didn't have time. And
I
then- but
mean, come
think
on,
now
how much
I
were they?
feel bad about it.
$3?
Well, maybe. I'm gonna go
Maybe.
back. I'm gonna go back.
Go back, go back.
Yeah.
But other than those magic socks from the Easter Bunny, other nice things happen a lot. Like whales everywhere. It's all in caps. That's why I have to say it.
Oh,
We have
nice.
another whale dream.
Yeah,
We've had
lovely.
some whale dreams lately.
Like lots of whales.
Multiple,
Lots of whales and yes.
pods and pods of whales. You look off to the breakwall and the water is really deep and the whales are swimming right next to it. I
Beautiful.
jump in. Sorry. It's such a weird sentence. I jump in and eventually drown, but I drown
that's
happy.
awful. Well, good.
I guess if I were
Good.
going to drown, I'd want to drown like with whales
Yes.
or dolphins around me.
That is your way to go. Yeah.
I mean, drowning's like one of my biggest fears. Anything
Yes,
with
but
suffocation or lack of oxygen is like, will get
Okay,
me
just
going.
about some animals just loving you.
But if animals are there, it's like, ah. And then she says, I just love those dreams when those whales are sometimes violet or blue. And I'm like,
Beautiful.
yeah, that sounds lovely.
Yeah.
That's all she's got. But my God, Sonia, you've got magic socks and whales. Keep up your good dreams.
What if they're magic whale socks?
Oh my God,
Magic
there has
whale-
to. Oh, it has to be.
Okay.
We need to
have to
get
find some
Mindy
whale
some
socks.
whale socks, bestie. Whale socks ASAP. Here, let me give you her address. It's
We have a
3.
P.O. box. You need to share my actual address. Even though you're inviting random strangers to come stay in my basement.
Hey, at least I invited him to share the futon with me.
That's true.
Not make it. I mean, they might not like that, but I'm like, come on over.
Maybe they do. All right. Moving on. I've got a submission from Stella, and Stella's from Fort Myers, Florida. I'm an 18-year-old female. I've always known I wanted children. I've never doubted this, though. I've had some doubts over whether they'll be biological children or adopted children. But I did come to the conclusion I will definitely adopt or foster, and maybe also have a biological child, depending on my future partner's wishes, or if I change my mind.
Good for you.
Very in tune for an 18-year-old.
Keeping your options open. Freeze some of those
Absolutely.
eggs too, young lady, while they're 18-year-old eggs and not like 40-year-old eggs. Get those
Agreed.
things frozen.
Great. I've always felt a pretty strong maternal instinct, and I love babies and children so much I know I will feel unfulfilled if I don't have children.
Yeah.
I plan on finishing my degree and being financially stable before having children, but I'm often quite sad that I don't have a baby now, even though I'm still young.
She's 18, honey.
Yeah.
Honey, you've got the right thoughts. Get your degree, get your career. You're so young.
It's going to be so much
you
easier.
Have so much time. Everyone now says, I wish I hadn't done that in my 20s, blah, 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 blah. You have time.
You know what's so funny? My mom, when she was graduating high school, she graduated in like 69.
Yeah.
They're still trying to do like the aptitude things for college. Like, what do you want to do? Do you want to, like, back then it's like, do you want to be a secretary? Do you want to be a school teacher? The womanly jobs.
Stay-at-home mom.
And my mom, that's what she said. She's like, I don't want to work. I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, see?
Like, from the time she was like 18, she knew like she just wanted to be a mom.
That's awesome.
And that's the only thing she wanted to do.
That's awesome. And look what she
raised
did.
4 amazing kids. If I do say so myself.
Toot your own horn, Mindy. Just kidding. She did raise 4 amazing kids and amazing grandchildren and great-grandchildren.
Now she's got great-grandchildren.
My God. Your mom. I love her.
All right. So Stella gets now to her dream here.
Oh.
So last night, I know, she was just talking and just a little background, but here's the dream. Last night I had a dream that I had a daughter. Her name was Joy. This feels somewhat symbolic. Every time I saw her, I was filled with a joy and love so strong I can't even explain it. It was this deep maternal love, and I was so glad that she was mine, and I was holding her in my arms. It was the best feeling I've ever felt. She had blonde, curly, wavy hair. I have brown, straight hair and hazel eyes, but I was blonde when I was a child. I think she had blue or green eyes, but I'm not for sure. Dreams are weird and not always coherent, so she didn't really have an age. Depending on the moment in the dream, I would say she was about 1 to 5 years old. So a baby or a toddler.
That's a big range. Age, 1 to 5 is a big difference.
Lots of changes there. Every time I wasn't with her, I was anxious and worried, and I missed her so much.
Oh,
and when I found her again, I would take her in my arms and feel such a strong love and joy. And it was so intense but beautiful.
Oh.
When I woke up, I felt weird and sad. I just kept thinking about her all day, and I couldn't shake it.
Ugh.
I talked to some of my friends and my boyfriend about it, and I cried a lot, actually. They were all kind and reassuring, but none of them have ever experienced anything like this, and I'm not sure they really understood. I feel like I've lost her, and I miss her so much, even though she was never real, and talking or thinking about my dream just makes me want to cry again. Stella.
You know what? I think she is real. I mean, and you can believe what you want to believe, everyone out there, but I think she is real to have that connection to something
so strong, yes.
So strongly. And whether it's a dream now, I think that baby is somehow going to be hers someday.
Yeah, I agree. I just definitely feel that too.
So
but it's that strong of an emotion.
Yeah.
It's a future child that hasn't been, or it's an adoptive child that maybe is born at this time, and the world will connect you somehow down the line. It's going to happen. We want to hear updates.
Yes.
We want to hear updates too.
But we want to hear updates from you in about 7 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Let us know.
Okay. Yeah. 7 years once you've graduated and you're starting a job. But if you have a little angel before that, we'll still support you.
Of course, always.
Mindy, what are your feelings on like adopting or surrogacy or something like that? Do you think it would make a difference in how much I don't think so either.
I don't think so. I don't think that as a mother to any sort of child, I don't think it matters.
You're just a mom.
I don't think it matters.
Yeah, and I know so many people will like worry about like, for instance, like for both surrogacy or even adoption, where it's not someone that you have grown in your body and felt that heartbeat, and people, I'm like, that's bullshit. But that's total bullshit.
Men or other partners don't experience that either. So
yes, right?
That's like almost saying like men can't have the same attachment to a child because they didn't carry it.
And it's like, okay, I know I'm stretching it a little bit, but I don't have kids, but I have cats. I did not give birth to these cats.
And you still love them.
But I love these
they're
cats
part of your
like
family.
They're my own. You know, It's like, if you want to be a mom, you're going to be a mom.
Yeah,
you
one
know
way or
what?
the other.
No matter
Yeah.
how it happens, you're going to be a mom. And if that's your goal, you're going to do it. So,
It does. All right, your turn.
okay. Sorry. This is Max from Toledo. So we got another Ohio submission tonight. I was in high school, and for some reason, my dog was with me.
Yay.
And everyone started turning into werewolves. And I had to sneak through the school to escape. You know, pretty standard. You bring your dog's at school with you, and then there's werewolves, you know.
It happens. No, keep your dog away from the werewolves. It seems like it's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't want the dog near the werewolves. But anyway, I ran across the fields at the back of the school and went into the woods. Oh my God, more woods.
The woods. We're back in the woods.
There's always woods.
We have a teacher says that we're back in the woods.
We're back in the woods.
Why? Why are we always in the woods?
Why are we always in our childhood homes? Why are we always in the woods?
Why are we? I love it. Yes. We would have to work on some new merch.
Could be one on the front and one on the back. Here are our questions. Okay, so I ran across the fields at the back of the school and went in the woods where I was chased by female vampires on go-karts.
Female vampires on
go-karts. Go-karts.
On go-karts? Oh,
those are faster than golf
That's
carts.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are a little bit.
I ran home and a werewolf was slamming on my door just when I shut it. And then I woke up.
She got there really fast because she had a fast go-kart.
Go-kart.
She's bugging those turns.
But this was the werewolf. The werewolves weren't on the go-karts. Just the vampires.
Just the vampire. All bad.
I don't know. This
all
werewolf got to Max really quickly, but seems like he's okay.
Dangerous. Stop reading Twilight.
Wear your seatbelt when you're in a go-kart.
Always wear your seatbelt. I will continue. I will tell. This is your PSA for episode 118 of REMelations. Always wear your seatbelt. Always. Front seat, back seat. I don't care what seat. Go-kart seat. Wear your damn seatbelt, people.
Can I just tell you something?
Of course.
I'm a big seatbelt advocate. And people in the back seat feel like they don't need to wear seatbelts necessarily. And yes, it's not the law, but
should be the law.
There
honestly.
are certain things you'll never forget. And I once saw like this training video, and it was for like OSHA, which I can't remember what
was a go-kart track?
No, it's OSHA like recordables are things that happen at the workplace, like accidents and stuff. But we had a meeting and it was about seatbelts, and I had no idea. And once I saw this video, I was so horrified because it's like people in the back seat so the people in the front seat might have seatbelts on. Great. But if you don't have seatbelts on in the back seat when there's an accident, your legs could fly up and kill someone. Anyone that doesn't have a seatbelt on can be a projectile. And it's the scariest thought in the world.
You have, even in like Ubers and Lyfts, I put my seatbelt on every time. Because first of all, I don't know what kind of fucking crazy ass driver you are, and I'm not putting my life in your hand. It doesn't matter. I wear them no matter what.
Yes.
Put your seatbelts on, people.
Put your seatbelt on.
Moving on. I've got Jenna. And Jenna doesn't mention where she's from. So Jenna from
Hawaii.
Tupelo.
Oh, Tupelo. Okay. I like that better.
Tupelo, Hawaii. Here we go.
We're making up places now.
Just making up places. So me and my boyfriend were planning on robbing a bank together.
Oh, no. Oh, yes? You gave me a look like...
I don't know. I haven't finished reading it yet, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. But the bank was also combined with the sheriff's office.
Oh, boy. Well, that wouldn't be the place I choose to rob.
Right.
I mean, banks are hard enough, but let alone connected to the police station?
Attached to the jail?
No, thanks.
So, my job was to distract the sheriff while my boyfriend stole the money from the safe in the back room.
How did you distract him?
Officer. She doesn't go into it. She doesn't go into how.
I'm not going to flash because Mindy posts the video, but
she's like, knock, knock.
Lifts up her shirt
It's just, I was going to go with a knock knock joke, and you're just full.
Well, knockers. That's what made me think of it.
Oh.
Knock knock knockers. Like I just felt like.
Well.
Also, BTW. I just watched an episode of Friends, and I have not watched Friends probably since it was on. Maybe that's ridiculous to say. I've probably seen some in syndication, but it was this Thanksgiving episode where they were playing football, and at the end it ended up being guys against girls, and like Chandler was running, and Phoebe just like lifted up her shirt, and he like fumbled the ball. But then like the next time she tried it, he just covered his eyes and kept running.
Yes. Yes, it's one of the best episodes. I love that. It was
a good one.
R.I.P. to Matthew Perry. But I think we have a hashtag here.
Hashtag what does Lisa Kudrow dream?
There you go. Okay, I'll go with Lisa. I'm like, we're talking about showing your knockers.
Yeah, let's see it. You know, there's a whole bunch to choose from, but Lisa's going to be fun.
She could probably.
I bet
and Phoebe could probably definitely write a song about dreams. It would probably be very good.
We would have to use it.
But no, she could. I think.
I bet she has fun dreams. She's a fun person in real life.
Lily, baby. Let me know. Yes. Lily. I'm making nicknames. Lisa, love Lily. We'll go with Lily. Lily,
please
let us know what you dream. And have you ever flashed anyone in real life? We want to know. So she's trying to distract the sheriff while the boyfriend's stealing money from the safe.
Yes.
So it was just me, the sheriff, and my boyfriend in the building. No one else.
Where's the bank manager?
I guess the sheriff does that as well. It's a busy job.
Must be a small town.
I remember the sheriff had glasses and a long, thin brown beard.
Oh.
As he was really, and I mean really, like Matress? What?
Like what? Matress?
She wrote Matress.
Wait, what? I'm going to put my
Matress. Matress.
Can you spell it again? Because I was about to pee.
Matress.
Yeah.
Matress.
What does that mean?
Maybe it means like, well, she says, not in a sexual way. He just like mattresses. What is mattress? Okay, so maybe that's a slang term we don't know. Maybe it'd be like mattress. Mattresses.
Please, Bessie, let
like
us
sexy.
know if you know what this term means.
We don't know.
We're old. We're not cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we are super cool, but we
sheriff,
don't know
not in a sexual way. He just liked mattresses.
Who doesn't?
Okay. In order to distract the sheriff, I started saying, what would happen if you put a king-size mattress onto another mattress?
I can't.
What? Would it be mattress squared, as in the math term? And this blew his mind. This is bizarre. Jenna, this is a weird one. I love it.
Oh my God, you're getting me, Jenna.
We escaped with the money, but mattress squared will always make me giggle.
Oh, mattress squared. Oh, okay. Thank you, Jenna.
I have a dream here from Fatima from Chico, California.
Chico.
I started having this recurring dream in high school before I decided I wanted to be a nurse. Mm-hmm. Now, I just got another job as a CNA as I'm going back to nursing school in January, again, after starting in 2020 and taking a break. So maybe this is what made me think about it. In the dream, I'm a nurse in a huge hospital. Like easily 10 stories.
Whoa.
In the dream, I am on the top floor and the hospital has caught fire somehow.
Ooh, I don't like it. I don't like it. Already, I don't like it.
Your whole job is to save people, and now you're in a situation where it makes it very difficult. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
I think I saw this episode of Grey's Anatomy, though.
Was this on ER, too?
Probably. Insane Elsewhere.
You're so funny. I love that you know
I'm trying.
Elsewhere.
Fatima says, I am just trying to get as many patients down the stairs as possible.
Oh, God bless her.
Just getting gurney after gurney down the stairs. I finally got everyone into the stairwell or lower. I'm not sure, but either way, the fire catches up with me.
Oh, no.
At the end of the dream, there's nowhere I can go, and the dream just ends with me jumping out the window of the top story, and then I wake up.
Oh, Fatima. Oh, God, that is one of the most horrifying.
But I mean, you're saving, that's such a work dream.
It
especially
is
in that field.
Yes,
Like your whole job is saving people.
But like, what happens when there's an emergency? You know, like fires, tornadoes, earthquakes.
Oh, yeah.
Like you have
Power
to get
outages.
patients out. You know,
When
and
you think about like the hurricanes that hit,
Yes.
like Katrina that hit, like there was people
on
they couldn't.
ventilators. Yeah,
Yes, it's insane.
it's.
Fatima just wraps up with a little snippet here. Says, "This recurring dream always freaked me out, but freaks me out more now that I am going into nursing for sure. I've basically sworn off working in a huge multi-story hospital simply because I'm too scared.
Oh my god!
Simply because I'm too scared it's a premonition dream and not just a weird recurring dream.
Trust your.
I just figured I'd
instincts.
share with the show.
Trust your instincts, Fatima. Just like we learned on a previous episode, if you have a premonition dream of a plane crashing, don't get on it.
The plane. Mm-hmm. Those premonition dreams, crazy.
Trust your gut. Always trust your gut.
Always. Yep.
Fatima.
There's plenty of hospitals. Don't have to go in the tall one.
Go into a medical clinic that's
Yeah,
just on
small.
like the main floor.
Or if you do choose to take a job in a bigger hospital, just make sure they have a good emergency exit plan,
Yes.
and you pack a parachute in your pants.
In your pants. I
don't know
hope
where else.
you're wearing
I'm thinking,
pants.
where else would you put it?
I don't know, Mindy. Where else would you put it?
Not sure.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for your... Whew, I don't even know how to describe your dream, but it was...
Your Squidward Games dream.
Your Squidward's game dream, that was great. And we had some awesome catnaps as well today. So thank you, everyone, for submitting your dreams.
All right, Brooke. It's January.
It
That
is?
time of year. Yeah. Where we're just dreaming of taking a vacation.
Yes, please.
I don't know about you,
Please,
but
please,
I've
and
been
thank you.
scrolling on like sandals and
Let's go to
breathless
Jamaica.
resorts.
Can we go to
I want to go
all-inclusive
somewhere.
Jamaica?
Can we, please? Because it's just that time of year. I'm ready to get out of the house.
Mindy, this is something weird we've never shared, I don't think, with our besties. We've never been on vacation together.
That's true. That's true. We deserve one.
30 years.
Well, maybe we should consider this. So, typically, people who are looking to get out of the winter blues are wanting to schedule an itinerary-packed vacation that includes like sightseeing and backpacking and hitting up the club at night and just letting all loose and having fun.
I like the second part of that itinerary.
Not the hiking.
No, I like the second part.
Now, while this may sound like the perfect vacation for some, there's an emerging trend in the travel industry called sleep tourism.
What? Mindy, you
Yes.
never cease to amaze me. I'm so excited right now.
So instead of jumping from tourist trap to tourist trap, travelers are now browsing pillow menus and ambient noise and hitting the hay a little earlier on their vacations.
Sign me
I
up.
think you're going to like this. Sleep tourism is a fast-growing sector of the travel industry that has hotels now taking notice of new trends and beginning to offer more amenities and services to cater to sleep-deprived vacation goers.
I don't make a lot of money, but I can shimmy for a stay.
Free room?
For a free room.
And this idea of sleep tourism is really more of a branch of what they call the slow travel industry.
Oh.
What's slow travel, you might ask?
Oh.
It's travel focusing on immersing yourself in a destination, engaging in local cultures, having unique experiences, as opposed to rush from one tourist hotspot to another with like pre-planned itineraries. This slow travel focuses on quality over quantity.
May I just say that I have been on trips where the itinerary is go, go, go. I've been on trips where it's just beach, but it's like you need to find that perfect balance. You know, like you want to be able to do something, but if you don't, who cares? And you have to be with the right people. Like you could have a plan
Yes.
set, but then be like, hey, we don't feel like doing that today. No biggie. So
We're Virgos. We plan itineraries. That is our thing.
Well, I
That's
was just
how we
thinking
roll.
about that because of our friend Joy, because she's also a Virgo, and like my last trip with her. Again, I don't want to. I feel terrible when I say it, 'cause
it's
it sounds
brag away,
horrible,
Brooke.
But it was like the most laid back because we had like 2 things planned.
Yeah.
And then the rest was like, whatever do you want to wake up and jump in the ocean and snorkel? Yes, please. Do you want to sleep in and not do anything? Yes, please. Like, it was just, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you really do have to find your travel buddy. That is true, because I think even couples, when they travel together, you can't have like a relax at the beach person and a go person. Like, you need to balance it out. Yeah. Now, here's a question, Brooke. On average Americans, how many days do they take to travel on vacation in a year? Like, how many
10.
Vacation travel days? 8.
We suck. Pretty close, but that
I know, but
that
still,
sucks.
it's American. Like 8 days vacation.
Like Finland is like 7 months of downtime and like 5 months of work.
Holidays in Europe, that's a lot longer.
That's why, like, they're the best place in the world to live. Like, why they keep getting ranked, like, because they understand the importance of downtime.
Yes. Now, of those Americans that have an average of 8 days to travel, 94% of those Americans want to experience slow travel in the future.
Ooh.
Now, an article I read, I'm going to again put all the links in the show notes. Rebecca Robbins is a sleep scientist at Harvard's Division of Sleep Medicine. She's
a dum-dum.
Girly. Yeah. She apparently has 1 brain cell. Crazy. She sleeps all the time. How can she study?
No, she can't. She's tired.
She's also one of the sleep coordinators of sleep studies of Hilton. They actually have sleep classes at the hotel chain Hilton. She's one of their consultants. Well, according to Rebecca, she says guests at hotels are increasingly valuing sleep when they are traveling and getting a good night's sleep on the road. Slow travel allows us to travel as a way of cognitively learning things and experiencing new things, and also physically and mentally getting the rest you need to power your trip. So when you come home, you're not exhausted, but you're well rested.
You mean you can't say that classic, I need a vacation from this vacation?
From my vacation? Oh, I saw that in a couple articles, actually, but I didn't put it here to mention because it's so cliche. But it's true. The idea is true.
The idea is true. So I get it.
Wrapped up in itineraries that you don't get a chance to rest. She says 1 in 3 travelers are satisfied with the sleep during their last travel experience. But a good night's sleep at a hotel, for example, is a significant predicator in the likelihood that a guest would return to a hotel. Yes. So hotels are taking notice, and they're starting to put marketing money towards the idea of sleep tourism.
Oh, I'm getting hot and bothered here. I want some sleep tourism.
The travel industry is huge. You know that. It's gone down in recent years, but it's a $7.7 trillion industry in the world.
I could only imagine.
Speaking kind of on those same lines, the idea of wellness tourism is a $814 billion industry. So traveling for spas and things like in that wellness tourism thing, but sleep tourism as its own sector is a $640 billion industry. And it's estimated to grow 8% or $400 billion by the year 2028, according to HTF Market Intelligence. It's a growing industry. So what are the market drivers of this growing trend? With the prevalence of sleep disorders and related health problems and increasing disposable income for travel expenditures, the hotel industry sees it as something that they can capitalize on.
Who has disposable income? Sign me up.
Not me.
Sign me up for that problem.
As well as like the marketing trend that there's new sleep enhancing technologies and products that they can utilize to get people into their hotels. Now, the industry as a hotels in general, obviously is an industry based on sleep. You need a place to sleep at night. And so it makes sense that the hotel industries are the first to jump on this idea of sleep tourism.
Yes.
This idea of making a hotel a great place to sleep is not new. It's always been around, right? You have great mattresses, pillow menus, blackout curtains. Like, that's been around for quite a while.
Pillow menus? Where have you stayed, Mindy? My goodness.
Don't worry. We're going to get into pillow menus in a little bit.
Oh, God. I can't wait to hear about the pillow menus.
New hotels are taking sleep tourism to a whole new level with their offerings, including giving guests sleep trackers, retreats, and even so far as in-house guidance from sleep doctors. Where can we find such hotels, Brooke?
Please tell me.
I know you're dying to know.
I am.
First of all, are you in? Are you in on this travel, sleep, vacation we're going to take?
100, I'm in.
I'm going to give you some recent marketing kind of ideas that hotels have done. We're going all over the world, but let's start with... Let me just take a second back here. I haven't gotten there yet.
Please keep that in.
According to hotel... According to hotel giant Hilton, and I'm going to put a link to this research because it's actually really interesting. Interesting. They look at generations and the millennials versus the boomers and how it fits into travel. But one of the things they looked at is what is the number one reason people want to travel in 2024? I'll let you guess. What generation? I'll give you the options of boomer, millennial, Gen X, and Gen Z. What generation topped the list of wanting to rest and recharge?
Millennials.
Nope.
I meant Gen Z.
They're a second.
Gen Z.
Nope.
I mean, that's not what I meant, actually.
Oh, you meant?
Gen X is our generation. I meant Gen X,
Gen
whatever
X.
we are.
Yes. Gen X. You're right.
Sorry, that's what I meant. Like, whatever we...
we're on the cusp.
We're on the cusp.
We're like millennial / Gen X. We're the year transitioned. I'm still not giving you any points.
Okay, that's fine, but I still want to take a rest.
Gen X came at the top of the list at 68% of people wanted to go rest and recharge when it comes to vacation travel. Boomers were at 67%, millennials were at 60%, and the Gen Zers, they were only at 55%. Because they're still young. They want to hit up the nightclub.
They're not ready
for it. So I'm going to go through, if it's okay with you, some hotels around the world that are marketing and their marketing campaigns towards sleep tourism.
Yes.
So maybe we can hit a couple of these places up when we do our world tour.
No problem.
Our first stop is in London. There's a hotel called Hotel Zedwell. They have a couple locations. Piccadilly, I think, was one of them. But if you click on this website, the first thing you see is the hotel you check in to tune out. Like, that's their main page of their website.
I got it. I love it.
They actually call their rooms cocoons. And they offer soundproof rooms that are free of distraction. They have no TVs, no monitors. So it's just a bed and some ambient light that you can go to just to unwind. Take a book. Like, it's just meant for relaxation.
It's probably really important that people do that. But the thought that is there Wi-Fi? I know there's probably no Wi-Fi. Without Wi-Fi, I start getting a little itchy.
Yeah.
A little
don't
antsy.
We all? Yeah.
But I think it would be so great.
Now, in each of these hotels, I did look up a random night in February to see what the hotel costs were.
I was going to ask you.
And I did some magic conversion to US dollars.
Okay.
And so if you want to stay at the Hotel Zedwell, it's about $151 a night.
That's not bad.
For a single.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, they don't have to pay for cable. I mean, so they can kind of cut down the cost.
I guess if you're not paying for anything else but a bed, it's a little pricey.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem bad for a hotel stay.
Now, you may have heard of the hotel chain, the Langham. Mm-hmm. They have them all over the world. Now, they have a program called Sleep Matter by Chuan Program. They offer a turn-down kit. So they have...
Is this like a massage or what?
Quite. It offers herbal teas at night, a sleep supplements, earplugs, sleep mask, tips on cards with tips on good sleep in their rooms, a yoga mat maybe for a pre-bedtime stretch, and a pillow menu.
This is what
so you can choose your paper.
This is what I want to talk about is this pillow mat. I've been waiting to hear about this pillow mat.
So although I looked at this one, it seems like this, I couldn't get the exact upcharge on this, so I couldn't share that price. But moving on, we have the Hotel Tempo by Hilton, and this is in New York Times Square.
Oh boy, that's probably...
They call it their power down. They have power down amenities, including temperature adjusting mattresses, canopy slipper socks, and dim light settings. You can stay at the Hotel Tempo for $243 a night.
Yeah, that's...
I mean, so like Times Square where you've got like so much going on.
Times Square, I thought it would be a lot more than what did you say, 40?
This was a Monday night, like a Monday night in
Okay,
February.
but
So
still,
this is not peak tourism season.
That's still pretty impressive for Times Square, I would say.
Now, I like this one. This one's a little more pricey. This is the Park Hyatt in New York. It's called the Breet Restorative Sleep Suite. It's a 900-foot room. They have an AI-powered smart bed that will adjust your mattress pressure points.
What?
It also provides a soothing motion, essentially rocking you to sleep on your mattress.
What?
It adjusts the firmness of your mattress to match sleep stages. You can also get satin masks, oil diffusers, and sleep-related books are in your room.
What does this cost me, Mindy? Because I need to make a reservation.
$1,124.
Never mind.
I was saying, this is a lot more expensive.
Never mind, but that sounds fucking amazing.
These are going to get a little more extravagant as we go on. Now, this one's not too bad. This is the Royal Sonesta in Benjamin. I think it's called Benjamin, New York. I'm not sure if that's the city or the name of the hotel.
Okay.
They have a rest and renew program that offers sleep kits. That includes masks, a sleep lullaby music library, white noise machines, 10 different pillow options, and a power napping kit.
What's the power napping kit?
I don't know what's in that kit. I didn't get the specifics, but I bet there's almonds. We're going to talk about a pillow menu here, Brooke. Yeah, a pillow menu. They have 10 different pillows, and we're going to go through them. So if you want to be part of our sleepover squad, we call these midnight snacks. They're just extra content we're going to throw in our sleepover squad. So if you want to get some midnight snacks, you can head over there.
Yummy.
And we're going to talk about the pillow menu. We're going to choose our favorite pillows.
I have about 17 different pillows on my bed. Oh my God.
From the descriptions.
This is the best night of my life. I have a pillow menu.
Brooke, I know you love Bali. I can just tell. I can just tell you love Bali.
Of course. That is on my list.
I know it's the next on your list. There is a Hilton Conrad in Bali. They introduced this program called Sway. It's a sleep therapy experience.
I'm in. I haven't.
Oh,
see, this is why I am just
divine.
like the worst person to tell this shit to, because like I'm like, yes.
I want to go. I'm gonna schedule it now.
You haven't even told me what it is, but I'm like, I'm in.
And I'll tell you why it's called Sway in a moment.
Okay.
But it's a 60-minute session. So you almost think of this as an add-on to your hotel experience,
Sure.
where it's almost like a spa package.
Yeah.
So it's a 60-minute add-on you can add, where you do a brief meditation. Mm-hmm. You're tucked in with a weighted blanket. You have a heated eye mask. You get a light pressure point head and neck massage. There's aromatherapy involved, of course. And you climb into, and I've seen pictures of this, and I'll post pictures online, but it looks like a cocoon. It looks like almost like a suspended hammock.
Yes.
And so you have like your eye mask, you have your weighted blanket, and you're this hammock. And they call it Sway because you gently rock in a rhythmic swaying motion. It combines various techniques while suspended in this cocoon hammock, inducing sleep relaxation, sleep, and a sense of being nurtured. It was designed, this is their words, it was designed to create the feeling of laying on a fluffy fluff. It was designed... I'm just getting so into this. I'm like, oh.
I'm like sleepy. I'm like, no.
It was designed to create the feeling of laying in a fluffy cloud or the dark warmth of a womb.
I mean,
which is an interesting way to describe something, but
it's true though. Like even with hydrotherapy, I know I just mentioned it briefly, but it's supposed to be, I mean, sensory deprivation, but also like you're floating on water. It kind of is like you're in the womb again. Like you can just relax. Where Bali? Okay, Bali.
So I had to do the conversion from Indonesian rupiah to US. Okay. This is, from what I could tell, was only like $100 for this add-on experience. And I was like, oh, give me it. I will pay $100.
I'm going to pay for that experience every night of the trip. Please and thank you.
Okay, the next one I have is the Mandarin Oriental in Geneva, Luxembourg. They launched a program with the CENAS Sleep Clinic, which allows a 3-night package. And this is a luxurious hotel experience where they actually have doctors that look over your polysomnograph test that records your sleep parameters and your body movements, and they help identify sleep disorders. So this would be more for someone who wants to do a sleep study.
Yes.
But you want to be more instead of a clinical setting, to be in a hotel or a home-like setting where you can have a more natural type of sleep study done. So that's a cool one. So this last one is the Suspenses. Now they've got multiple locations across the world, including Greece, India, Fiji, France. They give guests a curated sleep program.
Oh, curated.
The minimum is 3 nights, and then they have up to a 10-night program you can choose.
Wow. Okay.
And it's only $1,100 a night.
Oh, only?
Yeah.
Per night?
Only.
Then I could do the 10-night one easy.
But let me tell you how amazing this sounds. You get 2 massages. You get your sleep tracker, of course. You get 3 private yoga or meditation instructions. A head massage.
Oh, God.
You get sleep amenities, use of sauna and steam rooms, sleep medications, and guidance from in-house doctors that are specialized in sleep.
Yes, please.
So you can see, like, all the major hotel brands are really catching on to this idea of sleep tourism, that every vacation that we go on doesn't have to be go, go, go. It can just be a relaxation and restorative piece of your life in that trend.
Or a combination of the two.
Or
maybe you have like 3 crazy days of sightseeing, and then you have like 3 days of just rest. I mean, it's the best way to do it.
It's so important because 1 in 3 adults do not get enough recommended sleep each night. And it, of course, is perpetuated, like we've talked about, the 24/7 technology that we are connected to, and the rise of health conditions like anxiety and depression that can keep people awake. But who is this aimed for, right? I mean, people like you who can't just have insomnia, people who are rich. But if you think about it, think about people who have anxiety and to go into those rooms and be able to really decompress without the social structures around them.
That would be
just able to focus on oneself.
It just sounds amazing. Yeah. It's all about removing the outside world, right? And it's the hardest thing to do because that's how we live, with our phones, with our iPads, with our TVs, with every little gadget. But to remove yourself from that is almost empowering.
And purposefully to remove yourself from that.
Purposely, yes. It's almost empowering, and it's worth it. I think it's worth it. It really is.
The other group of people I think that would really benefit from this is new parents.
Oh, you would
being
know
so
about
sleep
that.
deprived, and just have someone watch the baby for a few days. Travel somewhere that has like a sleep related hotel experience where you can just focus on getting your self care that you need, because newborns suck. They're beautiful in every sense of the word, but they suck the sleep out of you. That's what I meant. They suck the sleep out of you. So you need that.
Right. No, I totally understood, but it was so fun. Newborns suck.
No, great. Now that's going to be that'll be canceled.
Be what you remembered for, like your quote. Newborns suck. No, Mindy's the best
Mindy's
mom
a newborn hater
in the whole world, so that goes out
Sleep
the window.
deprivation from newborns suck. Let me just say that. Let me just rephrase that.
That's,
okay.
Yes.
Let's not take it out of context, folks.
No, that's what I wanted to make sure. Is like, Mindy's the best mom I've ever seen, so no.
Thank you.
It's sleep deprivation. Yes.
The last group of people I feel that would benefit from this is just couples who are looking to connect and just to have that moment where you can just focus on
each other,
sexy time, or connecting as 2 human beings and just being together and alone and just having that quietness that really brings 2 people together.
Or more sexy time.
Or more sexy time. If you don't have a TV in your room, what else are you going to do?
Sexy time.
Yeah, sexy time. It's good for that. But just to wrap up, like, not everyone can afford these sleep packages. But there are things we can take from this that we can do in our own homes.
Yes.
Turn off the TV. Take the TV out of your room even. Put on your diffuser. Buy some sleep masks. Get yourself a robe. give each other massages. I mean, or ask your cat to give you a massage if you don't have a partner. I'm sorry.
Well, thanks, Mindy. I know that was very pointed at me, but my cats
not
do
everyone is
massage
that
me.
lucky.
Unfortunately, they have claws, so there's always like, even when they're making biscuits and kneading, there's still a little claw there. You're like,
Take a hot shower, pretend it's like a sauna, turn up really hot, get the steam going. You can, light candles. There's things that you can do in your own room. And we can kind of take this idea of tourism, this sleep tourism, and even work it into our own homes as a way to kind of restore ourselves at home. But I'd rather go somewhere. I'd rather go to one of these hotels.
I think it helps to leave your everyday environment. Yes, I think it's good to incorporate these healthy sleep skills or these healthy sleep habits, of course, because I don't. And I'm on this podcast, but I know what I should be doing, but I just can't turn off my iPad. I need it to fall asleep. Mm-hmm. But yes, I think this is an amazing, amazing thing that's happening. It's so cool.
And the future will only see where this idea of sleep tourism takes us. Let's go, Brooke. Let's go.
The land of Nod, Mindy.
The land of Nod.
So first, I wanted to share my T-shirt.
Okay, I see a black T-shirt, but it's got
gray, and it says,
"I like the wine, not the label." I like it. Love it.
Do you see more?
David
Rose.
It's
from
oh
Schitt's
God!
Creek.
Yes.
Yes. I love it too.
Are you more of a red or more of a white? I see you as more of a.
Which I love because
one of the best scenes.
It is one of the best scenes of the show, and I had to support it by getting this T-shirt because it is amazing. Like, love whoever you want to love. I don't care who it is. Just love the person you love.
Absolutely. Yes. Whatever color, whatever wine label you have.
Whatever wine label.
We don't care,
or like
bestie.
I can't even remember the exact thing. Or it's like, I like a white. I like a red. I like
sometimes I like a white with a red.
Used to be a red or something like that.
Perfection.
It's like, you know what? Love whoever you want to love, people. I'm just happy if you're happy.
Absolutely.
I did want to tell you, I don't cook, right? I think everybody knows I don't cook.
Yeah, not a cooker.
I had my parents over for dinner last night.
Oh, yay.
And they were both like, good job, Brooke. And I know
did you actually cook a meal?
No.
Oh, did you order out?
No, I didn't cook, but I prepared a large salad bar.
Okay.
So it was a lot of preparation.
Cooking, it was, sure.
It wasn't cooking. I mean, I did hard-boiled eggs. But the rest was just more preparation. But I laid it out in this beautiful spread. I had avocado, I had eggs, I had onions and cucumbers and everything.
I love me a salad bar. Oh,
and I thought it was so pretty. And my parents were like, you did a good job. And they sounded like surprised. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I get it. I don't cook, but I can still do it. Like, if you give me a recipe. I mean, granted, this was a salad, but salads sometimes are a lot of work. And I had 7 different dressings. I had,
oh my God,
chow mein noodles and everything.
What kind of dressing did you choose last night?
This is going to be weird because it's one of the first time I'm just getting back into this for some reason. French dressing.
I do like a French.
Which
French and Western are very close.
They're very, French and Western are very close. But I mean, I had poppy seed, I had ranch, I had Thousand Island, I had Italian, everything you could ever dream of. And my dad got second, so I'm like,
oh, yum. Perfect.
Thumbs up for that.
Next time you're here, we have this place called Jason's Deli. They have an amazing salad bar. Like, everything you want, everything on there. It used to be by where Mark and I used to work, and we'd go on our lunch break, and you can just get to go, like one giant container, whatever you can fit in there. And it would take me 3 days to eat the salad.
I would love some chickpeas.
You had to put the dressing on the side.
And now I'm thinking about all the things that I didn't have. But I had.
But I mean, you have to draw the line somewhere.
I know. I did have so many things. I had tomatoes. I had cheese, and I cut everything, and it was. and I put it on like a cutting board. Like I presented it. Like I was very proud of myself.
Let me know next time you do it. I'll come over.
Yes, I will make you a good salad.
Oh my God, that'd be so good.
It'll be really good. I promise.
All right, Bessie, that wraps up another week. I got nothing exciting to share, so we'll just end on that.
Yes.
Now it's your turn to do us a favor. We gave you all this entertainment, so do us one thing, and that's tell your best friend about the podcast. You can tell the next psychic reader that you go visit.
Hopefully.
Just make sure they're good at their job.
Yeah,
first.
hopefully.
Actually, you probably don't even have to tell them. You don't even have to tell them about the podcast because they're going to read your mind. They're going to know it's fabulous. Tell your psychic reader. You can tell your future children that you haven't had yet about the podcast. I mean, this might be like archaic back then, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, this is so old, Mom."
Start talking to your baby now, telling them about the podcast.
Just put those headphones right on your belly. Sounds good for unborn children.
We're very calming.
Or you can tell your favorite sleep expert at that hotel vacation you take just to get away from it all. Just tell them about the podcast. Tell them how it helps you sleep. Bestie, that's how we grow. That's how we keep coming back each and every week. Is if you just share with one or two people. We appreciate and we love you so much.
We do. All right, Bestie. Until next week, keep eating your almonds and wearing your magic socks.
You know I am.
And until
Sounds
then,
good. Good night. Sweet dreams, bitches. Oh, any kind of socks. I really do need to up my sock game.
I knew you love socks. I want somebody to send you well socks so badly.